effective ways to stop procrastination, and these 3 really work. Yes, you heard that right. There are ways out of this plague that we are all susceptible to. For those of you who are not familiar with this term, procrastination essentially means avoidance of work or necessary tasks or delaying them to the next day despite knowing it might have negative consequences. Why do you need to stop procrastination in the first place? It's a fun thing to not work, is it? The reasons may be very evident for many of us to stop it, and that could be repeatedly failing a very important deadline, losing on a very crucial project, failing an exam, or unconsciously breaking up with your loved ones, etc. But on a very deeper level, it can cause existential or identity crisis, like an American psychologist, Abraham Maslow, in his famous need hierarchy theory suggested that self-actualization is the highest level of need that every human wants to attain, and that is to do what one is capable of doing. What then makes you procrastinate when it leads to low self-esteem, falling self-love and self-confidence? It is your reptilian mind, or what neuroscientists call as limbic system. When we are operating from this lower mind or lower consciousness, all that we are principally concerned about is survival, fun, and pleasure, and thus we end up procrastinating for most of the other important things, even for the ones that we love doing so much. It is the constant fight between the lower mind and the higher mind that makes us both work and not work. Who do we choose then? Do we choose the lower pleasure-seeking mind or the higher rational decision-making mind? Had we been animals, the choice would have been easier, but human beings? Luckily, Darwinian evolution suggests that this higher mind is a result of several years of genetic permutations and combinations and selection of the fittest amongst those. So clearly, what makes us different from every other being on this planet is this higher mind, and that what makes us capable of doing everything that any other being on this planet cannot do. I don't know how soon are you going to subscribe to this new idea, but this is what science and almost every religion suggest. The reason why sloth has been considered a deadly sin in almost all of them. So, while you're watching this video, listening to me, let me take you towards 3 effective ways that will definitely let you drop this habit of procrastination. The first one on the run is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the psychological activity of consciously bringing one's attention to the present moment without judgment. Unlike while operating from the lower mind, where we are always trying to be somewhere else than where we are, mindfulness tries to bring you back entirely to the now. It is the basic human ability to be entirely present, aware of who you are, aware of where you are and what you are doing. It is rather experiential than literal. So, to experience mindfulness, bring your focus entirely to the now, to the present moment. So while you're watching this video, pay attention to all the sense perceptions associated with this activity, that is visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Bring your entire focus to the device that you're watching this video in, to the texture of it, to my voice pattern, even to your breath, your mind activity. Notice what you are seeing, hearing, and feeling, and bring yourself completely back to the now, as if extracting yourself back from your mind-created world to this real moment. You will experience a state of discontinuity in the mental stream of activity and a state of thoughtlessness and being entirely present in the now. That is when you have become completely mindful. Initially, your shift of focus may be short, but a person can always consciously work on bringing themselves back to the now every moment of their life. Now, what does mindfulness do, and how does it help you stop procrastinate? When you are mindful, you become conscious and aware of the truth that the past is dead and has got no relevance but only lessons, and that future is just an imagination. The life is now, at this moment, in the now, where you have no worries, no sorrows, no regrets, and nothing to crib about. It is at this moment where you should give your best, without being worried about the deadlines, about the imaginary burdens and future uncertainties, as 80% of the problems lie in our heads than in our lives. Hey, if you're liking this video, please press the like button and don't forget to share it with those who you think may be benefited from this. Now let's jump on to the second way of stopping procrastination. The second way to do it is to break down. Now, as soon as your limbic system comes across a task that is to be done, it starts sending triggers and a heightened need of avoiding work in order to maintain its status quo of inactivity and seeking pleasure. However, breaking down the task into smaller manageable chunks defeats the limbic system and it does not get triggered as much. The most important thing that needs to be taken care of here is that the size of the chunks should be manageable, achievable and measurable at the end of the day. So for example, you're working on a thesis or a project, write down in a journal the deadline that you would want to achieve this by or would want to complete this in. Now, starting from this moment to the end of the deadline, note down the amount of tasks that needs to be done, measurable at the end of the day. Now, if you think that even breaking down the task into smaller chunks will not be compelling enough for you to work, engage an accountability partner with you. That could be your parents, your spouse or your friends. Now, you also need to decide a fixed location and a fixed hour of the day that you will daily sit to work. Now, once you have decided your location, your time and divided the task, now you need to write down in the same journal the resources that you will require for working. If you've got all the resources to work, that's great, but if not, write down that how are you going to arrange them for yourself. After having done this, leave some space at the end of the paper to write your remarks. It's always a good idea to appoint a kid's way to work when ours are not working fine, isn't it? At the end of the day, grade yourself according to how you did and how you feel about it. So something that I would write would be, hey, you're a super awesome girl and you always make me proud. Do let me know in the comment section below what would you write, and I hope you don't have to write any negative remarks for yourself at the end of the day. Now, after making this schedule to deal with the distractions, let us jump on the third method to stop procrastinating. Now, for the third method, you need to write on a sticky note. Literally write on a sticky note something like, I trust myself, or I am my most loyal friend, or something like, this gadget cannot challenge my will to work, or this that, hey little buddy, I'm not going to let you in. Now paste this sticky note on the gadget or something else that might be distracting you while you're working. As soon as you get distracted, you will first leverage the laziness of your limbic system, which doesn't want to first remove the sticky note, use the gadget and then paste it back. And in case you still do pick your mobile phone or for that matter any gadget up, you will read aloud your statement for it to go and settle at your subconscious level. You will also become aware of the activities that you're unconsciously doing, maybe mindless scrolling and everything, and then being focused will become an automatic response of yours. These were the 3 methods to stop procrastination, and you might already have started to notice changes in yourself as you are moving towards achieving your highest potential. All the best, beautiful pearls. Don't forget to press the bell icon to never miss an update from my channel.